What is up, guys? We're going to be covering the Week 3 matchups for this NFL season coming up here. Starting with the Thursday night matchup, the Steelers against the Browns on Thursday night here. Both teams are 1-1. I am going to lean towards the Browns at home. This one is going to be a toss-up. This is going to be tough. I mean, the Browns lost against the Jets at home last week in Week 2 by 1 point, so it was a close game. Both teams have great defenses. However, I think the Browns have a little bit more of a better offense. I know I'm not high on Brissett either. I know, don't hate on me in the comments for that one. But the Steelers lost T.J. Watt, the biggest part of their defense. I'm just going to take the Browns on this one in a very close matchup. I think they maybe squeak by a couple this Thursday night. Second matchup on the slate here, we got the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson 1-1 taking on the Patriots at home, who are also 1-1. I got to go Ravens easy on this one. I know the Patriots defense is pretty good. Their offense, however, I'm just not on board. I like Mac Jones, don't mind him. I'm just not on board, and I think the Ravens will certainly take this one. They're the better defense, they're the better offense as well. Will be interesting to see how they do in New England as well, being on the road, but I'm going to take Baltimore in this one. Next matchup here is probably going to be the biggest matchup of the week. Both 2-0 teams. It's the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. I am going to lean Buffalo just due to I'm a little bit higher on them. We saw Tua do great last week. Scoring those 6 touchdowns in Week 2. Tyreek Hill, Waddle going off as well. I just think Buffalo pulls this one through. They're a little bit better of a defense. Von Miller is a beast. He's a major factor. He's making all the difference, and the Bills are going to be top 2 defense again this season, especially with the addition of him. Taking the Bills this week. Next matchup are some two pretty low teams here, just because the Bengals are 0-2, unfortunately, and the Jets are actually 1-1. It is in New York at the Jets' home field. I'm going to definitely go Bengals. I hate to do it. Jets defense just isn't that good, though. I'm not confident in the Bengals offensive line. I'm more confident in Joe Burrow and his ability to exploit this Jets defense. I know they got a lot of rookies back there, but I'm going to go with Bengals for this one. We got the Lions, who are 1-1, taking on the Vikings at home, 1-1. Again, another toss-up here. It's going to be a close matchup. The Lions have been doing great. Jared Goff did awesome, and Amon St. Brown has been doing great the past 2 weeks. Scored a lot of points last week as well. The Vikings looked pretty lackluster against Philadelphia in Week 2 on Monday night. I think the Vikings will be able to secure this one at home, win by at least 3 points by a field goal. Again, it's going to be a very high-scoring game. If the over is 52, I might take the over on that. I'm going to go Vikings at home, though. Hopefully they get some rebound in Week 3 here. Next matchup is, again, 2 teams I'm not very high on. We got the 0-1 Texans playing in Chicago against the Bears. I'm going to pick the Bears solely because they're at home, and I'm just not high on the Texans. I could give you Brandon Cooks, but other than that, there's not a lot of talent out there in Houston, so I'm going to go with Chicago there for Week 3. Next, we got the 2-0 Chiefs playing in Indianapolis against the 0-1 Colts. Matt Ryan is washed. I'm over the Colts. I'm done with it. Jonathan Taylor's still a beast. Offensive line is still good. I'm there for it. Colts defense aren't bad. I'm going with Kansas City. They're 2-0. Mahomes is still a beast. He's still the guy. That's where I'm going for this one. Next up, we got 2 0-2 teams. We got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Tennessee Titans at Tennessee. I'm going to lean Raiders. The Titans did not look good last week. They looked awful against the Bills. I know I'm super high, obviously, on the Bills. I mentioned that earlier. But the Titans just don't look good on either side of the ball. Tannehill looked trash. I'm not very confident with them taking that win at home this week. Next, we got the 1-1 Saints playing at Carolina against the 0-2 Panthers. I'm going to take the upside or the upset and take the Panthers this week. I think they squeak one by. I'm not high on Baker Mayfield. I'm high on McCaffrey. We all know this. I just think for some reason at home they're playing a team who isn't preferred. The Saints didn't do very good last week. I know Tampa Bay's a top 10 about defense. I just think the Panthers for some reason are going to take this one away. Next matchup up, we got the 2-0 Eagles at Washington Commanders, who are also 1-1 here. I'm going to go Eagles on this one just because they blew out the Vikings last week. I mean, great offense and defense for the Vikings, but in week 2, neither of them showed up. The Commanders aren't that great defensively. Offensively, I'm very, happy and surprised with Wentz and how well he's doing and spraying the ball out and getting a lot of touchdown passes this season. I just think the Eagles are a much better team, and I think Jalen Hurts is definitely going to take away this one and continue their winless streak here in week 3. Next matchup, 1-1 teams. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Chargers home field this week. I am certainly going to go Chargers. They've had some tough matchups for past couple weeks. That's why they did get their loss. Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence are looking great. They're looking fine. Just the Chargers are a better team on both sides of the ball. Chargers easily in this one, I got. Next up, we got the 0-2 Falcons at the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I think I am going to pick another upset just to pick one, honestly, and take the Falcons. I think a lot of people are going to take the Seahawks at home just because they did well against Denver at home. But I think truly they just knew how to play against their old quarterback. They knew what Russell Wilson was going to do, where his first looks are, Pete Carroll's been, obviously Russell's head coach for the past how many seasons. I think for some reason the Falcons will pull this one out. Mariota did have a very, high-scoring second half of the last game as well against the Rams. I think if they can connect like that and kind of click like they did in garbage time last week, they should be able to get this win on the road in Seattle. The next game on the slate, still continuing with about the 3:25 Central Time games here. We got the 1-1 Packers at Tampa Bay facing the Buccaneers, who are 2-0. This is going to be the Bucs. We're not high on Green Bay offense. Aaron Rodgers has no one to give the ball to. I'm still going Bucs at home easily on this one. The next matchup up on our slate here is the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. Each teams are 1-1. This is going to be a high-scoring, awesome game to watch. I am going to lean with the Rams solely due to, the wide receivers for Cardinals are, not quite there still. They did great in their comeback overtime victory against Las Vegas last week. However, the Rams are just a way better defense. The Cardinals defense still does look a little shaky. They did pull it together in the second half of last week, but I'm going to take the Rams on the road in this one. The Sunday night game here, we got the San Francisco 49ers facing the Broncos in Denver. I'm going to go 49ers. I know we got Jimmy G, and I think he's a better option than Trey Lance, unfortunately. Unfortunate for Trey Lance to kind of go out early in the season when he actually truly, got that starting role. But I think Russell's washed. Broncos just can't put it together on either side of the field. Their defense is fine. They're one of the top pass coverage defenses in the NFL currently. Going into week 3, I just think San Francisco is going to run the heck out of the ball, and hopefully they can connect on some bigger plays, taking the San Francisco on the road this week in week 3. And the final matchup is the Monday night showdown between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Cowboys are 1-1 without Dak Prescott as well here going into week 3, and the Giants are 2-0. I'm taking the Giants at home. Saquon Barkley's a beast. He had a lackluster performance last week. I think they're going to look to him a couple more times with a couple more attempts in week 3 here. Really show Cooper Rush who's boss and get something done in this one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know who you have for Monday night and Thursday night as well. Do you like the Giants, or do you think this Dallas defense is really going to make a difference in week 3 here again, as they have the past couple weeks? Thanks again for tuning in, as always, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.